It is time, people, for the very last time within Season 3. Before we move on to Season 4, of course, do not miss it within a few weeks. But anyway, it is time for the championship to be decided. Only one can come out on top from this race. Only one can take this championship home. Will it be Charlie for the first time? Will it be Preston for the second? You're about to find out, because it's lights out and away we go for the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix in Season 3. Charlie gets a great start, but potentially cannot catch up to George. George is sprinting away. Now Preston does not make up a place. Both contenders still in their places. Carl unfortunately drops down quite a bit to P16. Callum stays in P20. Most of the guys stay where they are now, but Harry overtakes Preston here.
No, but Preston back down the inside into the turn 5 hairpin. Preston is sort of falling behind right now behind Bradley. This is not what he wants. He has Harry attacking him in the rear wing right now. I'm sure that's not what Preston wants to see, as Harry fakes it for the dummy. And will Harry go down the inside? Oh, he has to back out. Preston goes slightly wide into that chicane area, but Preston comes back out on top. Will Harry do everything for his soon-to-be teammate for Season 4? Will he try to do everything to help him and maybe slow Preston down as much as he can? Charlie, he's dropped the position to Jamie, which is crucial in the championship. As Preston, I think he's just been let pass by. No, he has not yet, but Bradley sort of cuts him off and sort of squeezes them.
Oh my god!
As Fernando Alonso, he squeezes them and he has to concede 2 more places because of that Bradley incident, and that's a slap 1 safety car already here at Abu Dhabi. Clear him as fast as possible, and like I said in qualifying, you have to be swish and smooth with these moves. You need to get it done quickly and as painlessly as possible, because I'm telling you, it is not going to end well if you keep fighting for a long amount of time. And as the safety car is coming in this lap, George is leading the safety, the pack now, as he controls the pace. He will have lead Jamie to Charlie. You know, it's going to be interesting what George will do, but as the lights have gone green, George will slow everyone down, and as he's on the softs, as well as Jamie, George will probably get a better launch away from the rest of the pack, depending on what he can do, on how he does this restart. I'm sure he'll slow them down and then make them think that he's going to go faster and then stop all of a sudden. But here we go, George around in the final corner, and he's about to start another lap of 3.2 miles around Abu Dhabi. Lights are out and we're racing back to racing conditions again. Jamie wants to give George a bit of a tussle into turns 1, but George able to hold it. Charlie now at the back of Jamie's car. He almost gives.
Oh my god!
He's made Jamie go round, and Charlie, he's now into P3 and now to P2, but he had to cut that corner there. I have no idea what he did there, but he certainly did tap Jamie's back with the rear ring there. Sort of pushed him through that corner near the pit exit. Charlie up into P2, Harry P3. Preston, he's now P4. That is what he needs at this very moment. Will Preston make a move? He'll have to wait a minute. He knows that how he'll probably defend Preston in today's race, as these two will, Harry and Charlie will be teammates for next season. But Preston needs to get past Harry as quickly as possible, because it will harm his race if he can't. As Preston, he fakes to go down the inside of Harry, but he doesn't, and then he's going to hold it. Harry goes wide into that banking area. They go wheel to wheel through this turn. This is where he got pushed off by Bradley. He's going to get he almost gets squeezed out again by Harry. He's going to have to sit behind, but Preston is losing time. He needs to get past Harry right now. It is crucial for the championship. It's crucial for him if he wants to become that 2-time world champion, as George goes quickest of them all with a 130 point flat. And now a new lap of lap 6 starts. Will Preston get past Harry on this very lap? I don't think he actually needs to be making any risky moves. He has no risky moves to be making, apart from, pushing his car quicker than George. But talking about pushing his car, is Preston. He almost had his rear end step out there for a second, trying to catch Harry through the chicane area. He looked quite good, and he seems to be catching him up even more. The gap is now 0.6 of a second, but he won't be able to get him on this lap or using DRS. Going through the banking in turn 9 now, heading into turns 10, 11 and 12.
But can Harry hold Preston off? Can Harry pull out, as I said before, some masterclass defending? Or will Preston find a way through Harry and take that P3 spot to attack his championship contender, Charlie? It's all coming down to this. Preston is gaining on Harry. Will Preston make it past Harry or not? That is the reason we are all watching, to see whether Preston can make it past Harry and attack Charlie in the end and make this championship fight even more interesting.
Yeah, I think Harry's tyre wear is actually dying off at this very moment. He seems to be losing pace where he was looking quite good, as Preston will surely pass him on this lap. This is crucial for the championship, as he has a slingshot down this long straight. Will Preston make the move? Harry swerving side to side to make Preston a bit more difficult and a bit nervy to make the pass. But will Preston make the move? He does make the move. He's up into P3 and he's now behind his championship rival, but he still has Harry to defend, as Harry still has that DRS, as they both go wheel to wheel down the straight. Harry takes the position and Harry's back out in front.
Harry is not giving up. He wants to see his future teammate. Oh my god!
Preston, he's now made that brilliant move. Harry goes back through, and it's brilliant racing between these two. Preston just slips his car up and inside into the banking area, and Harry did not expect it and got straight past him as Preston touches the rear end of Harry there a little bit, but you can tell that Preston is pushing 100% now. You can tell he's got that confidence in the car. You can see that he's faster than Harry. He surely should be getting past Harry anytime soon. But I'm sure Preston will be frustrated that he hasn't got that move done or hasn't stayed in front.
Somehow, sorry.
Preston will have DRS coming down towards 10.5. That's where the detection point is, as the gap between Preston, Harry and Charlie is almost 5 seconds now. This fighting is helping out Charlie massively, as Preston once again has DRS down this long straight. He will be a slingshot again. Will he be able to make the move like he did last time round the outside of Harry? He won't this time, just because he's a bit too far behind, but it's a nice trail breaking into this chicane area. Now he goes up. Oh no! And Preston touched the rear end of Harry there a little bit, and I don't know how to talk about. I don't know what to say. Yeah, I'm seeing if I can get something done about it now. But yeah, we'll be getting that looked at.
Oh, Preston slipped out!
He spun himself round, and Harry, Carlos Sainz is through now. This is not how the man who's been chasing this championship the whole season will want it to end.
Not at all. Preston thought he was through, but no, Carlos Sainz comes back and takes that P3 position due to Yuki Tsunoda pitting. Carlos was like, nah, I'm getting in my way now. You're not getting past me.
As Preston is in the pits now, he is going to pit at lap 13 out of 58. He does choose to go on another set of mediums, so he's going to mediums to hards probably.
I believe those are the hards, yeah. No, they're on the mediums. He's back on the mediums.
Yeah, that's literally what I said.
I thought you said mediums. Yeah, okay. Mix up there. Me being stupid. Preston back on the mediums now. He will be looking to push, but Charlie has taken P1 here.
Yeah, Charlie's only pitted. No, Charlie's not pitted. Charlie's only in P1 because of George pitting, as he's still in that top 3, and that is great stuff from George. He's still in that top 3 whilst he pitted onto the mediums. So could George be doing softs to mediums, or who knows what he will be doing, as he has to now get past Carlos Sainz into maybe to catch up to Charlie. Will Charlie pit now, or will he continue on going? We do not know, as George Russell has retired at the exit of turn 5. Oh, and George, he spun himself. He's gone round into the corner of turn. I'm pretty sure that's turn 15. That is now. Yes, that is turn 15. George went round and is now spun, but he's still in that P3 slot, and he's still got a healthy gap. But will that have cost him the undercut under Charlie? But as Charlie, he does now decide to pit, and I think George just might be able to get that undercut under Charlie. We will not know until it could be very close between those two, as George is literally just moments away. He might just be able to get past Charlie here on the exit of the pit lane. Will Charlie be out in front, or will George be in front? Who knows? Charlie is out in front, and he's just only by 1.3 seconds out in front of George.
Now Preston is potentially looking for an overtake on the AlphaTauri on Pierre Gasly here.
Preston needs to get past Pierre Gasly as quickly as possible, as the gap is only 1/10, should I say. But George, he also has DRS and Charlie, so it shouldn't be long before George makes his move on the leader and the championship leader right now. And the same amount of championship as George. Oh, for a second there, he went through Charlie there. But as George makes the move now on Charlie, he's now up into that P1 position, and now he is leading this race. But he has Charlie still behind him with the DRS. Will Charlie open up the DRS? He does open up the DRS, and will he go into the turn 9 banking? Going round the outside, or maybe down the inside. He will choose to go round the outside. He's a bit too far back this time. As he goes a bit wide, he'll have carry that bit more momentum through the banking compared to George. As George slightly goes wide onto the double curbs, and he was able to maintain that P1. And George now back out in front where he once was. Temps upon each corner he does. So pressing pushing his car to the absolute limits and driving his heart out this race, because I'm sure he will want to try and get the second championship. As as Bradley now retires the Abu Dhabi race, and now it will probably not be a safety car at all. I think Bradley's too far off track for that to happen.
A very unlucky time for Bradley. His first ever Abu Dhabi race within the DFL. He'll be wishing that he did not DNF and hoping to get a better race come season 4 Abu Dhabi. But of course you got a lot of races between then and now, with what I believe is 11 drivers for season 4. Yes, 11 mad drivers. You will hear the driver and track breakdown probably after this video, a week after this video, if not 2 weeks potentially. Because we may have an interesting video coming before then, who knows. But yes, Preston now looking to get past Lewis Hamilton. Can he get past him? I mean, just to talk about something else, I don't know if it's true, but Charlie had a 17-second gap between him and Fernando Alonso. But because Charlie is having to attack George, he's being slowed down completely. And now Fernando Alonso is catching up, which means Preston has a chance to catch up, and this championship fight can get ever so more interesting between the two contenders potentially. Yeah. Very, very true. And now Preston seems to be catching up to a Lewis Hamilton with a 0.3 second gap. No DRS yet, but I bet he's about to get it and get past the Mercedes here. He'll be up to P7, hunting Yuki Tsunoda if he can get this move done with the DRS. ERS going now on the potentially the outside of Lewis Hamilton. Lewis pulls to the inside now. Preston makes that move done, and Lewis cannot hold that position. Preston up to P7, now hunting the AlphaTauri of Yuki Tsunoda. But now Charlie will be loving the fact he is up in P2, Harry in P3. Preston trying to push all he can. He has not one but 2 cars in front of him, Yuki and Sergio. If he can get past these 2, he'll have Fernando Alonso, and that will be it. He'll have the final stretch of Harry and then Charlie.
Yeah, I have this feeling that something could happen, as Preston, he has to go over the rumble strips there to maybe avoid some contact, as he now concedes, I think, another 2 positions, and that's some of his work undone now, and it will cost him now. But he will have to get past Hamilton again. I think he will have DRS on Hamilton into this turn 5 hairpin. He seems faster than Hamilton at this very moment. Will Hamilton have DRS? He does not. Preston does have DRS, and he will be using that ERS. He doesn't have much of it left, as he's been draining it most of this race, as he's chosen to go around the outside. Late on the brakes, Preston is, but he's made the move stick and he's made it work. And now through the chicane, he's now up into P7 again, but he has to defend Hamilton through this long straight and then into the banking to then before he can really start attacking Tsunoda once again, as he follows through with Yuki Tsunoda, as he made the move on Sergio Perez, and now Preston followed through with Tsunoda, and now could be potentially overtaking Tsunoda to get him up into that P5 position, as the 2 Mercedes and Red Bull fight away into the banking, going wheel to wheel. Who will come out in front? Will Sergio Perez come out in front? No, Lewis Hamilton does. And now through the banking into turns 12, Hamilton in front. Preston into turns 13 and 14 will be sitting right behind that rear wing of Yuki Tsunoda, and Tsunoda will have his work cut out in front of him to defend Preston as much as he can and stop him as quickly as possible, but that doesn't seem possible at this very moment, as Preston, he pulls to the outside. He has Preston in his around the outside. Preston goes around the outside. He makes the move work. He goes off track, but he makes it stick up into P5. Preston now, he is on the move and on the way to the front. He has a 4.8 second gap separating him and Fernando Alonso.
I mean, what a redemption story that would be. He starts in season 1, has to leave after 2 races, comes back in season 3 to win the World Drivers' Championship. What a story that would be, but it's all down to what Harry and Preston could do.
Oh no, and that's given Preston a bit more time, and that has slowed Harry down, and that's given Preston a bit... Oh, no! Preston spun it as well!
Preston pushed so much, but he let it go again, going down to P5, needing to go into the pits now. It's all gone wrong again for Preston.
Race to go.
Carl, I'm sorry to interrupt, but Carl is gaining on Callum now, potentially gonna look for the other 2. We haven't seen a battle like this since season 2. Welcome back, Carl. Oh, he's going into the pits. Climactic end to that battle is going to be an utter madness. Just to put it that way, it will be an utter madness, and I hope you are all ready, to be honest. But I know we kind of ruled it out as a possibility.
No fucking way! It's a safety car, and this has changed this race head upside down, and I cannot believe it! I cannot believe it 1 second!
This is a literal Jamie situation from season 1 all over again, when he was 30 seconds in front of Preston and Callum, and then all of a sudden a safety car hits, and he's done in. Charlie and George, Charlie could be done in here. Preston could take advantage of this. Charlie needs to get a brilliant getaway from this to evade Preston. Harry needs to work to defend off Preston. This brings it all together, and this throws everything we said out of the window. This championship is back on. Both are impeccably good drivers. You have Harry standing in the middle of both of them to potentially hold off Preston. You cannot write this. You cannot seriously predict how this is going to end. And with the safety car in, George once again leading the pack, making sure to take it nice and slow so he gets a good getaway and no one else does. Charlie will be held up by 3 AIs that will be blue flagged, but he still has to get past them. Harry, of course, has 1 AI in front of him between him and Charlie, which he will be thankful for, because I'm sure he'll be wanting to put whatever he can between Preston and Charlie, but the safety car is in and we are away. Once again, George gets a brilliant getaway. Charlie is trying all he can. Harry is getting past all the AIs as well, and now Preston is after Harry for all he can push for. Can Preston push for this? Truly enough, all the lap cars are out the way. All guys are close together, and Preston may have an opportunity here. Tried to look down the inside, but was not lucky enough to push for it. But now trying again with the ERS. What will he do? He's looking on the outside of Harry, and he may get the overtake here, going wheel to wheel into the corner, and he gets the overtake done. Harry goes wide there, but Harry pushes back through on the inside and gets the overtake done. But Preston pushes through again and goes on the inside of Harry and gets the overtake. He's up to P3 now.
Preston is quite literally on the move now. He is only one position behind his championship rival. Harry's gone round. This has quite literally been turned this race upside down. Upside down. I can't speak right now. This is only getting exciting. But the thing is, will George be able to hold off Preston long enough to let Preston catch up and possibly overtake him for the championship? This is crucial. If George can hold Preston up, this is going to get spicy. And I quite literally mean this, as Preston is 3.7 seconds behind his championship rival right now. Charlie, can Preston catch up to Charlie? We will not know until the 8 laps left of this race.
It seems to be that Charlie Softs are outpacing Preston, and now Charlie seems to be looking for the overtake on George. Can he get the P1 position here? Can he take this? He's looking on the inside of George, and he gets the overtake done, but George is fighting back. George is not letting this P1 position go, but Charlie's in front. Charlie's taken that P1 position now.
Yeah, but he has George, who's quite well, he's not literally the fastest man on track anymore, because that's Charlie now. But George is quite literally still fast, still quite quick through certain sections that Harry is, that Charlie isn't, sorry. But George will open up DRS. Will George be able to make a move onto Charlie, onto this slow corner following ahead? We do not know. George will sit behind him for this very moment. We will not know. But at the moment, George will just sit behind him and wait for this next opportunity of DRS that he has coming up right now. And Harry, don't know why I keep saying Harry, but Charlie seems to be slow through this section. George quite literally faster now. Will George go around the outside, or will he just sit through? He goes slightly wider into that corner to try and carry that more speed through this banking. And he'll just have to hold off that bit more now. But George, he has to turn on these burners. Obviously, Charlie has those newer softs, but George is still quite quick. No, I mean, it's not over until the fat lady sings. Obviously, there's not much left of this race to go. I think after this, it'll be like 2 laps, so like 2 to 3 laps left of racing around the Yas Marina circuit in tonight's race. But it's, you know... Oh, George has been spun! He's spun himself round, and now George is giving up this chance to win. And this could mean this is all over in tonight's race, where the man who went from seasons 1 to now with little to no experience racing in the league, and then fighting in seasons 1 and not having a good time and leaving the league, has come down to this. The moments he has been waiting for, the nights he has dreamt for, and this very moment could be coming sooner than he anticipated. Yeah, definitely. With 3.2 miles of this man has always got to complete 3 2-point miles before he can be crowned a world champion. A man who's absolutely thoroughly deserved the championship all season long. The man that has come from nothing to being the man that's been the person who's been talked about all season long. It's Charlie who's done so well, and George only now just catching up. And it's a shame to see these two not be fighting away for the final lap. But that won't matter, despite even if he finishes above pressure or finishes just in front of him. You know, Charlie will still be crowned the World Championship if he can stay composed through this back straight and in the banking into turn 9. This man has been the most composed, the best driver with the fastest pace at times, and showed determination, will, and absolute resilience against all the odds he's had to face, with all the decisions and everything he's had to face, with all the crashes, with all the controversy he has seen all season long, as he enters the final few corners, as he was the Constructors Champion, and he rounds the final corner to be the third driver to be a champion in the DFL, and now is the third person to do so. Preston left in disaster and left in disappointment that he was not able to grab that second world title tonight. Charlie, though, is able to equal Preston in the amount of wins this season and the amount of titles. These two both were absolutely brilliant this season. It came down to the final lap for Charlie, and all he had to do was stay composed for the remaining of that 3.2 miles, and now is a world champion, and now he can thoroughly take that pressure off his shoulders and go into next season with his head held high, with nothing but determination to make that extension in the championship even further. Preston was denied of another championship, and the pace of his and some of the choices he made let him down.
Absolutely, Charlie will be loving the fact that he has won the World Drivers' Championship. He is among the 3 people now to hold the championship: Preston, Carl, and now Charlie. He will be going down in the history books.
So here we go, the champion himself, Charlie, the man who came from nothing in Season 1 to be something in Season 3. Finally steps on Abu Dhabi's podium for the first time with the win and the crown that he finally deserved. If there was ever a trophy for Preston and Charlie, it'd be for those two here tonight. But it came down to who wanted it more, and clearly Charlie had it all.
Absolutely. He has shown his class, determination. He has not stopped. He's been resilient all season, and he's proved why he is champion.
Here you go. Here is your leaderboard. The champion himself, Charlie, in P1. In P2, George. Preston, P3. Callum with a brilliant recovery drive up into P4. Carl, P7. Harry down to P12. And then if we look down just a bit further, Jamie finished in P17 with a DNF. Bradley DNF'd in P18. And then that was it. Unless I've missed anyone, which I don't think I have. And that was it for Season 3, everybody. We'll see you in Seasons 4.
See you then, people.